Hello there, my name is Indaz and welcome to a new video. This is going to be a one-off and a little bit spoilers there, but right here, the 7-day journey. So this is a video series started by Emerald Firesoul that essentially this world is being passed around. Each of us get 7 days on it and we get to do, I believe, whatever we want. I should double check that. But I'm going to this blind, so I don't know what this world consists of. I don't know what items we might have. I don't know what's going to go on here. So, instantly get a bunch of advancements. Why am I so zoomed in? There we go. Okay, what do we got? We got Elytra. Okay, so it looks like we're pretty geared out. All right, there's a book here. Journal entry 17. Okay, so there's a little bit of a story going on here. Let's see. Things I haven't noticed, the strange happenings, the glitches, systems crashing, random things appearing in my inventory. It taunts me. The darkness, the shadow. I find solace in the depths of this makeshift face. But I fear this world is infected. One fellow adventurer, Preston CG, even mentions the nether seeping through and needing to be contained. Is this another example of the corruption of the shadow? I've done what I've could. The time here has spent beautifying the creation around me, just as he would want me to. But I hear the sound. The deep sounds, like a beating heart or a knocking just outside of reality. The end is near. I must depart. Regards, Lord Thaddeus, Chicken King. Okay. The nether might not be safe. Cool. That's amazing. Okay. What do we got here? Ooh, that's fun. That's fun that automatically closes. That's really fun. Okay. So, alright, so we are pretty late into this, it looks like. Okay, so this must be Thaddeus's base. So it does look like the series is pretty late into existing. I wasn't actually sure how many people had already been on it, so it looks like probably quite a few. I'm looking for secrets now that I know that there's secrets around, and I'm looking for secrets. Okay, here's some armor, that's good. Oh yeah, we got our Christmas skin on too, by the way, our winter skin. Revamped winter skin, let's go. I think it looks great. Anyways. Greetings, sir. Do you happen to know where everything is? On same thought? No, I know where everything is. There's a beacon right over there. What's this? Right, we got the mines. Enter at your own risk. Alright, here, let's get rid of this rain. Alright, what do we got? Please read Huntress's bits. Please do not use. We got Astro, Stella, Keto, and Toast. Hello there, everyone. Alright, what's this? Welcome to your 7-day journey. Please feel free to anything you find other than the chest and the mark item to the left. Okay. So this is probably where someone else ended off. Okay, so it's okay, there's actually a lot of stuff here. Oh, okay, this is gonna take a second to go through. I am wondering, why do I not have any, like, weapons or, like, anything like that in my inventory? Like, why do I just have pickaxes? I didn't even have... Wait, why? Give me items, please. Where are the items supposed to be? What's this do? Ooh. I don't even have any food. Okay, here we go. Okay. Maybe I wasn't supposed to take that armor. Hold on, let me go put that back. Scurvy quest. Okay, what's this? Okay, now there's a separate Elytra. Where did... Okay, you know, I'm just keeping this one. Okay, Scurvy quest. What is this? Dear reader, you are about to be sent on a quest. Alright. Quest of all quests, a quest of all times. Must say, okay. No, I'm going to accept this quest whether you want me to or not. Alright, 8 pages lead you to the final place where you will have to face challenges unlike any other. Got first course, PS, you do not have to do the whole thing. Okay, well there's nothing in the book. What is this tapping? What is this? Oh, why is there a warden? Oh, that's to keep the warden busy, I see. Alright, well now that we've got ourselves at least kind of situated, let's take a little overhead look at everything here. Alright, so we got some kind of nether house over there. Okay, hold on, there's a board over here. Let's see what this is all about. Oh, okay, there's the names of everyone here. Alright, cool. So it looks like Scurvy. Okay, it must have been Scurvy or... Yeah? Wait, where's it? Lord was his name, I already forgot. Oh no. He's not on here though. Alright, I guess I'll... Boom. Alright, cool. Alright, what else? Few villager houses. This is a cool area. I like this terraforming. We have a village over here. Some farms. That's good. Yep, there's the warden. Yep. Was it you? Yeah, I bet this guy. Look up. I bet that guy's the one who put the warden up there. That's their fault. Okay, we have Sola's house. It's community center. That's probably where we are. Emerald's house. Preston CG's house. Okay, there's a lot to do here, I think. Let's go ahead and let's get we got our bearings. Let's start with Scurvy's quest. All right, let's see here. First chords 234 4343. All right, let's see here. 234. That is in this direction, and 4343 is in this direction. All right, here we go. Should be right over here. What was it? 2, 3, 4. So yeah, we just passed it. That must be it. I assume this chest right here. Negative 301, 73, 715. Oh hey, Mushroom Island. That's nice. Ooh, okay. So it is on the Mushroom Island. All right, all right. 301, 3715. So it should be right over here. I think I walked past that lake twice, probably. Somewhere on this island. Oh, you're kidding. This island's huge. You're kidding me. I'm not searching that whole island at night. Oh, was that a baby zombie? I heard a baby zombie. You know what? I did the first one. It said I could throw. I'm just. You know, good luck. Good luck. I'm not. I'm not doing that. That's no. I don't. I'm not searching the whole island. That's. I don't have enough time for that. I'm only here a week. That's gonna take half of that. All right. So goals. What are we going to do? There's a lot of building projects. It looks like pretty much all the farms, all the farms, all that stuff. It looks like pretty much everything is kitted out, practically speaking, already. So I'm thinking we tie this whole place together. Everything's like a little disconnected. Like we got some terraforming here and there. We got some trees here and there. The paths change every once in a while. Sometimes the paths. And I want to take this whole place and just kind of bring it all together. I forgot about the warden. I was going to show you an overhead, but I can't do that now. So we're just going to cut to the next clip. So we are on a... Oh, let me check my mic's working. Yes, it is. We are on a serious time crunch here. 7 days is not a lot for a landscaping project this big. It is actually very small, in fact. And so what we're going to have to do, we're going to have to gather up as many... I'm really hoping we have a good amount of resources already around here that we can use. If not, we might be in trouble. But before we do anything... We gotta make this place a little more Christmassy. We got some snow over there, but it's the start of December. We gotta snow it up, and I'm just gonna put on a texture pack since I don't have time to cover it in snow or anything. Ta-da! Snow. This is Future Zoo's default style Christmas pack. It's very cool. Future Zoo has some very cool packs. I especially love how it does stuff like this. Anyways, so let's go. I think first thing we gotta do, we gotta set up a little terraforming shop, don't we? Just a place to gather all of our resources together so that it's all in one place. Oh yeah, now this is what I'm talking about. Ooh, this seems like a good building spot. And it is done. We have our terraforming cabin. I really like how this turned out. It's very Christmassy, it's very cozy, and has plenty of room for every single terraforming block that we are going to need. Because we are going now we gotta fill it up. We got a few things here and there that we use while building the house. Now, no, I just finished building this. Yo, get out. We're gonna go steal stuff. Basically, we're going to go to every single place and take all of the terraforming blocks that they have, gather them all up in one place, so I know what I am working with. Okay, so there is a group storage system in the community room. I wonder why no one seems to be using it. Really a total mystery. I was poking around trying to find the last little bits of terraforming stuff. I found this in the pumpkin. Hint number 2. I didn't follow hint number 1 here. I absolutely, I don't know if cheat is the right word, but I did not do this correctly. Yeah, I saw, where was hint number 1? I remember seeing this. Okay, Crumble, please, don't be mad at me. So I might have, I needed some wheat to get sheep. So I wanted a better food source. I feel like I shouldn't be doing this, but I can't just ignore this here, right? Like, I'm just gonna leave this one here. I don't know where Crumbled's house is. I'm just gonna leave this here with Scurvy's second hint. I got them started off. I could just leave it there. But with that, we have now finished gathering every single, well, I believe, every single terraforming block on the world. We had, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 double chests full of terraforming items. All right, actually, I can probably reduce this. All right, there we go. 5 double chests plus half of a regular chest. This is awesome. This is so good. I was worried I would have to grind out a lot of items to get this even close to done. This is not getting done. I am not finishing this project. It is way too big for 7 days. But that's a lot of items. That's going to save me so much time and make this actually somewhat feasible. Excuse me, I don't think you're supposed to be out. How did they get out? Aren't they supposed to be over here? There's supposed to be a block there. Oh, how did they get out? What? Who was that? Who was that man outside the community center? Anyways, I have netherite. I had to repair my elytra, so I went mining for quartz and found netherite. I call that a success. I don't know where to put this. I'm gonna put it here. This is actually an enchanting table now. I forgot I need an upgrade template. Now there's 2 things I want to know here. 1, why isn't this bastion that's right next to our portal been raided? And why don't we have another upgrade template? 2, what bozo is building out a wall in the nether? There's no way we don't have a netherite upgrade template, right? Alright, so we got an overhead view of this area we're going to be terraforming. And I just want to kind of mark out the different areas that we're going to have. So first of all, we have this area over here with the shack. This is going to be the kind of forested, little decayed, little snowy. And I think that's probably going to go around like this, kind of teeter off around this area, and then wrap around like this. Because this area here, we already have a little bit of terraforming right here in the form of a type of swamp. Let me grab a different color. So that'll go right around here. Maybe go a little bit over to here as well. And over here, let's go and get that peninsula in there. And then we'll probably cut off the terraforming right before that mob farm there. And then it'll go right around this little hut and kind of teeter off around this hill here. So that's probably going to be our biggest biome. Luckily, it's pretty easy since we can just spam a bunch of birch trees mostly. But let's see, we're going to add some custom stuff in there too, but it's going to... I don't have time to make a full custom forest, if you couldn't guess. Then right over here, we have this big old tree over here. I'm thinking we make some kind of lush type biome over here, with that at the center. And just like that. Then over here, this area is already actually largely terraformed. And so we're just going to mostly keep that area as is, and maybe expand the terraforming out a little bit into this area, like so. This is probably going to be the other biggest one. And it really does reach all the way over here, like this kind of overhang plateau type biome. That's kind of what we're going for there. We'll go ahead and have that one wrap around there. And then the last one is around this portal here. Now, there is something wrong with the portal. We are going to quarantine this area, and that may have some side effects. But that area is going to be quarantined. We're going to be quarantining that area. Something may happen to the biome when we do that. So that is our plan on what we're going to be doing. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different biomes, plus the river in the middle, which we may end up doing something with. If we have time. So I've been here farming the birch saplings, so they need more birch saplings. There's not actually that many saplings on the world, and there's a zombie somewhere. And I just remembered a tree farm. The tree farm I just did. What am I doing? There's a tree farm right over here. Why am I manually farming these? Oh, I forgot creepers can crawl on ladders. I got it working. I wasn't quite sure how it worked at first, but I got it working. This is so much better than farming if I had. Oh, okay. I'm glad I remembered this existed. Alright, that is a good start. We got a lot of birch saplings. I also did a few spruce saplings as well. And then we also got some wood in here we can use for custom trees. But for now, we're going to work on the birch forest. So let's go ahead and get some of these planted. Alright, so this is going to be a long time of boring of me just placing down a whole bunch of saplings and not doing much that's actually interesting. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do a quick transition where I am going to watch a tree grow. And when this tree has finished growing, the forest will be planted and probably grown. Decorations won't be done. I'll be doing decorations like afterwards, like with you guys, because I want to kind of talk about those. Boom! Yeah, that's what. Yeah, okay, no, not really. So it turns out I couldn't fit a tree here after I did a little bit more terraforming than I said I did. Did a little bit more than I said I did, but not much. So I'm just gonna go and explain a bit about how I did what I've done. So this is turning into a tutorial now. So yeah, as you can see, we now have a large forest, birch forest, covering this whole area. Not terraformed that much. It really is just natural birch trees placed around, or just birch saplings, I should say. And there's an interesting thing about sapling placement. I have to get more fireworks soon. Now there is a methodology. There is a methodology. Methodology. There we go. Methodology to placing these saplings in a pattern that will look natural. So around here, let me find an area that does not look natural. This area here. This is clearly placed trees. I didn't do very well here because I wasn't thinking that much. But why? Why does it not look natural? Well, it's basically we'll have a tendency to place things in a straight line to each other. These are in a straight line there. These are in a straight line here. Let me find another example here. Or a straight line with a gap. It's removing those patterns and being careful you don't place like that, because that is our basic idea of how we're going to place. Another thing to avoid, I did start paying attention more over here, so it's going to be hard to find something. So another thing to avoid would be to have a tree there and then a tree there, for example. A perfect diagonal, that's also something to avoid, which as you can see in this area I have avoided quite well. And that one's a really easy fix. So sometimes if you see yourself doing this, just move the sapling. It's really simple. Just move the sapling over a block. So like this one, I'm pretty sure I had a tree here and a tree here. I moved this one over a block. It's fixed. It's very simple. And then, as you may have noticed, there is a new stone outcropping over here. Right, this is new. And so I do want to talk a little bit about how I did this as well. So this one is taking inspiration from this one right over here. Ignore that huge chunk of damage. This one right over here. That is what it is modeled off of. I kind of took the same build style and tried to apply it over there. So the only difference is slabs, because I didn't really have time. So how I look at this and like try to determine what the build style is, I say we got a kind of upside down sphere. Oh my goodness, I need to replace these. I keep stomping on them on accident. So we have like a half circle on the bottom, like that. And it's all stone with a sprinkling of andesite. And then we also have the dirt overhang, which goes one block out, but it's, when you say one block, I was hoping that wouldn't happen. When you say one block out, it could mean a couple things in Minecraft. I swear, crops weren't always this sensitive. Anyways, it could mean a few things. It could mean like maybe there's a block there. So I would call this a minimized one block out, a minimized one block overhang, so that it kind of clips the corners a bit. You get these diagonals that line up. That would be a minimized one block overhang. Then over here, we have largely the same type of thing. We have upside down sphere type shape. It's a little higher up, so it's a little bit more of an oval. We got the smattering of andesite, and then the minimized one block overhang. And then over here, we also have how the terrain goes up a bit. This is a just kind of straight line through the area that connects two sides of it, and that is the same type of thing that we have over here once again. Now, that is basically the big terraforming done. There's also this little area over here. That's the broad strokes. That's the broad strokes done for this biome here, which is good. We are starting to run out of time. We already only have 3 full days left. I took a lot of time getting stuff set up. That took a while. So we're really going into rush mode now. See if we can actually get this done. So since we only have 3 days, we're going to have to split this work up. So this biome here, so let's see, 1, 2, 3, let's say 2.5. This one's half finished. So that's 2.5, 3.5, and 4. I'm just gonna call it 4 because that's a small biome, that river one. So we have 3 days to do 4 biomes. This one is already half finished, so let's say we do finish this one and one other today. We should be on track. I do just want to mention one more thing about altering so my main goal here is to create an atmosphere of the biome, and overall it's like a path through a very dense forest is the kind of thing I'm going for, and I think mostly that's good. But over here I'm trying to kind of get like an opening, and I was hoping to have like one tree kind of encroaching into the campsite area, but it ends up just kind of being in the way and making it feel a lot more crowded, so I'm just going to remove this one. And over here, I did get a few more of these overhangs. So that's like the main thing in this biome. We got like overhangs and this type of tree. That's going to be the main thing in this area over here. And then we got another one that I've just started outlining over here as well. So I'm going to take you through one of the build processes for one of these overhangs, kind of step-by-step type thing. So let's start with this one, since it's a little smaller, a little more simple, probably more what you might be working with. So we already have this kind of outline of what I want it to look like up here, and that's going to be obviously the layer up there. So I'm just going to clear out the dirt under it to floor level to make it a bit easier to place down the stone. Now we may have to place back some of the dirt, we may not, but now we want to make a similar outline of stone at the bottom, but we want to make it slightly smaller than the current outline so that we can have it expand outwards a bit at an angle instead of just being a flat wall. Like, also remember, this dirt does not have to be the permanent thing. We could change it if we want. We could alter the shape to make it work better with the stone, and just kind of do that. And when you're building something terraforming organic like this, it's important to look at it from the angle that most people would end up viewing it. So something around here. And I'm thinking this is looking good, so let's keep going. I'm just going to actually place down the stone right up here to get that minimized overhang. That's what I called it, right? And what this is going to do is basically give us a target. So right here we have the bottom and we have the top. All we got to do now is connect them. So just kind of go around here. Okay, so just place the blocks until they look right. And how you know, there are a few tips I can give for when something looks wrong. So we have here a 1 block and then 4 blocks going straight up. That's probably not ideal in most situations, but we also don't want this constant overhang just at that level. Hello. So in this case, we probably either want to bring it up or leave it at that down level. In this case, since if I go back to look at this other one, or this is a good example right here. There is a pattern. There's a good pattern to use when you have an overhang bit that's pushing out a bit more, like right there and right there. It's going to have a kind of downward curve to it, and in the area where it's not like that, it's going to have a more upward curve to it. So if you're not sure which direction to go, that is a good guideline. So right here, this is kind of the curve. We have a curve right there is where it should go. So this should probably start going up instead of continuing to go down. So let's go and place a block there to fill that in. And then another way you can do this is find the bit where it's supposed to curve down. Here's another part where that's going to happen. And just kind of bring that level down a bit. And that'll give you a good guideline for how the curve should work. All right, then here we had that first curve. But I didn't realize that this stone was so far out that you only get one block, one kind of width to play with right there. So you don't really have anything to work with. You can only build a straight line. So I'm just going to bring that down a bit more to keep that kind of mostly consistent line going up. Generally, you either want it to like have a curve, so very few blocks there, lot of blocks here, very few blocks on these rows, a lot of blocks on that row, or you want like the inverse, very few blocks there, a lot of blocks over here. That'll create different types of curves, or you want it generally the same amount of blocks in every row. That will be what creates the most natural looking slope. Other than that, the two big things to remember to avoid are consistency and squares. We want to avoid like a square thing like this, so we're going to do that and just kind of remove some of the dirt. And that's pretty much it. After that, we just got to replace some of the stone blocks with andesite, and that's pretty much the whole thing done, with one exception. There's one thing we still haven't done. The dirt doesn't slope up at all. This is all very flat, which isn't particularly ideal. Preferably, we want to slope up a bit, kind of lead into a high point standing type thing. So here, since it's kind of like it's almost a full circle, this area is the only part that isn't, and that's debatable. I'm going to, instead of that kind of more straight curve that we had before, I'm going to try to make it a little bit more curved, because, you know, the whole thing is a little bit more curved. Okay, I'm over here now. So you can see here, when we first go onto the kind of ramp area, this starts fairly flat. It's a little bit circular, but it's mostly a flat surface. So then when we continue advancing, it's going to continue being a mostly flat surface. And then we get to the kind of half circle shape here. But when we go back over here, when we first approach it, we have these kind of bits on the corners that continue to jut out after we've entered it. So that lends itself to a more curved shape. And so I'm going to be doing this for the bit like that. Now we run into a problem. We got 2 layers of dirt there. Simple solution. Just break it. Just break that, replace it with stone. Very easy. And there we go. That is a pretty good stone outcropping. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do for the texturing in this area, because this one over here has all of these different blocks. That's a lot of different blocks. This one over here only has andesite. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that style and just apply it to that one as well. Just kind of grab that style, plop it onto that one as well. We're allowed to make changes if it's improvements to a build. I think adding more texture is probably a direct improvement in most cases, at least in this case. So we're going to try to homogenize that just a little bit to keep the biome consistent. So I'm going to do some of this work now. I think this would be good for a time lapse, so let's do a time lapse. I don't have replay mod installed, so be content with a first-person time lapse. I don't know if that will look good, but let's do it anyway. All right, that bit is done. Door. Hello, door. So that bit is done. I've gotten all of these in. Now, before I show you all of them, I want you to guess how many that there are in the comments or in your head. Doesn't matter. Guess how many that I made because it's more than I've shown. Yeah, the number. All right, let's go through. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one's a little hidden at this point. 5. This one's big. I like this one. 6. I really like this little area here. That's awesome. And 7, this little island thing here, I really like this as well. And I think most of them turned out pretty good. Now, something I did notice while doing this, ta-da, they didn't do the back. So this is incomplete. I don't want to do this. It is the back. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Look, the front looks good. And also, this isn't my build, so I have no responsibility to terraform this. It's their. Okay, I just don't want to terraform over water. That's what this is about. I don't want to terraform into the water, or like get rid of the sand and bring the water in. I don't want to deal with water. That's what this. I don't want to deal with water. Oh, that's an iron farm. Good to know. But like this right here, I really like how this feels. This feels good. I like once we get trees in there, that's gonna be an amazing area. But we're gonna focus on the trees in a second. I do want to try. I don't think I'm gonna be able to complete the trees in these 2 biomes today, but I might be able to get started maybe. But before I do that, the thing I really want to get done. Again, my whole goal with this is tying the whole place together. The paths are inconsistent. Like, yeah, it transitions between certain areas. Well, like that makes sense. Like having more prismarine in this area makes sense. Having more paths in like that area makes sense. But I want to make it a little bit more consistent because, like over here, we have like copper coming out of this place, but then it doesn't go in the other direction. And if we go over to the Terraforming Shack, it's kind of basically my base. Right over here, we have this kind of dirt like decomposing path. I really like this. I think that's a good like path for most of the forest. But it just ends here. It's not again. No. But I really think this would be good for that rest of the path. So I want to get the paths, if not, just kind of not consistent in that they're all the same, consistent in that they transition naturally and kind of have each path has its own area to exist in type thing. All right, so I've got all the materials I'm going to need, and let's take a look at this. Now, you will notice I've switched off my Precipice texture pack just for now, and here's why. The birch leaves. Birch leaves have a green texture. Obviously, leaves have a green texture in the normal texture pack. But with the Christmas texture pack on, they were a more brown-yellow color, and that matches very well with the path. But here, you can see it really still. The only reason it really still works without the texture pack on is because there's like this fallen tree here. So, what I want to do, I'm gonna make this at least this path without the texture pack on, just to make sure I get this right and it's not going to look weird without the texture pack. So I think this might be good for a first person time lapse. Let's get into it. And with that, the trail is complete. I've also added a few more things like this, a few more fallen tree stumps, stuff like that off camera. But the path itself is now done. Let's go take a quick walkthrough. This little area here, I like how this turned out. I was having some trouble getting this stump to work, man. There's not many tutorials out there for just a tree stump. That was difficult. And then how I did the birch leaves is basically when I tried to put like all these fallen trees like near the path, and then that would kind of allow me to put the leaves there and still leave it feeling like they should be there. I'm going to place a few more bushes around. It's telling no, I'm out of arrows. Alright, we're doing this on the run. Yeah, again, more tree stumps, quite a few mushrooms here and there. And overall, the path just turned out really well. The trapdoor's there. And right here, when we get to the end of this area, we have kind of like a hard cutoff of spruce logs. Kind of like, almost like a nature trail where they kind of like, hey, this is where the trail starts. And then once we get over here, once we decide like what this part of the path is actually gonna fully look like, once we have that fully figured out, it's still going to like gradually teeter off. Things like the leaves or the coarse dirt or like the grass encroaching on the path area, that's still gonna be a thing for a little whiles out. And I didn't finish it. It's the next day. I didn't finish it in time. This is the second to last day we have with this world. And I think we might only be able to finish these 2 biomes. I'm gonna give that one a shot. I'm gonna give this one over here a shot because I think that area really needs like a touch up in terms of landscape. There's just creeper holes and the terrain's all messy, and there's a lot more that could work around this tree. So I'm gonna try to do that. I don't know. That's probably gonna be a tomorrow thing. I think today our goal should be finishing up the paths. Alright, so I was getting bored of just explaining things, and also I wasn't doing very well, so I just went in, and of course as soon as I start recording, it starts raining. I made a thing. Look, I made a thing. Armor said, it took me way too long to get all the leather for this. It took me way too long. The day's already almost up. We do not have much time left, but the path is done. I like how the path turned out. This is far more consistent in style, and just flows a lot better. Let's see if we get a bird's eye view of this. And we can't see anything. Bird's eye view, it flows much nicer. This blends fairly well. And I'm gonna go back up. It all kind of comes together there. It feels a lot more, this area in particular feels a lot more connected. It feels, maybe, like, there are still clearly different sections of materials, but it feels consistent. It feels like they connect together well. Like Lego pieces. These feel like Lego pieces connected together. That's what this feels like. And those are not wax, so those will age over time. But we gotta get started on, guess what, more paths. There's more paths over here we haven't done yet. So this path is good. This is a good path for a village. We're gonna keep that the same. We just gotta expand it a little bit more throughout the area. This isn't just any SMP server, this is the 7-day journey. I have 7 real-life days to play in this Minecraft world, and once those days are up, I'm quitting the world forever. But that's not the end. After that, I'll be passing the world to another YouTuber, who also has 7 days to use it and make their mark. Watch as the YouTuber bumbles around a world they don't know. I don't know where I am. Hey, what's that? But wait, there's more! At the end of the series, I'll create a temporary server for the participants to discover this world's history together. If you're a YouTuber, big or small, here's how to apply for your 7-day journey. Simply go down to the description of this video and fill out the Google Forms link near the top. It's that easy! Wow. But wait, apply now and I'll throw in a mushroom with a smiley face on it for absolutely free.
Must be 15 years or older to apply. Experience creators prefer to see form for details.
Greetings, I'm Dr. Cephalo, head of the Behavioral Matter Division. Here at Horizon Event Labs, we work on the cutting edge of technology, where engineering and exotic matter fabrication meet. This place I'm in is the future Horizon Event Labs campus, where we're looking to gather the brightest minds to move the world into the future. Here, students will have a chance to participate in research studies alongside myself and other top Horizon Event Labs researchers. Construction is almost complete, and applications for the school year are opening this August. We look forward to seeing you or your child's applications. And remember, the horizon is only the beginning.
Is this you? If so, congratulations on being the first sentient loaf of bread. We're all very proud of you. But if that's not you, you're probably one of the millions of people who play Minecraft. There comes a time in every Minecrafter's life where they need to find a skin. But finding a pre-made skin that feels like you can be tedious work.
Here at my apartment, that means me, I do not have a team, have been making skins since 2020. Don't look at that one though, it's old and bad. But today in 2024, still 2024, right?
Today, in the present day of 2077, we have a solution to all your pixelated skin needs.
Our team, just me again, I do not have a team,
can actually make good, pretty cool skins from scratch now. Have a skin idea starting from only $8
I still do not have a team.
Make your skin ideas a reality.
I am not making minimum wage from this.
Here's a customer from our happy testimony.
Yep, that's good.
Here's a testimony from a happy customer.
Look at this fabric, look at the skin. I mean, I can do a complete 360 and not a single detail has been missed. I mean, I can even do this, and even the insides are filled completely. This guy doesn't do any workarounds, and his skins are great, so make sure to keep it in mind, and thank you for your time.
Here's how to order. Go to placeholder.com and choose what type of skin you want to order. From there, fill out the form and one of our representatives, me, I'm still only one person, will contact you to confirm the order and sort out payment. This one's real. I'm actually opening skin conventions. There's only one slot available for now, so there's actually like high demand for this for some reason. There may be a wait list.
Brilliant news! I finished all these paths. I finished all of them. They are all done. Every single one is all complete. The paths themselves, anyways. Not necessarily the decorations around them. I still gotta do the foliage on both of the 2 biomes that I gotta settle for 2 biomes, man. Anyways, I really like how the shape of it. I just really want to point out the shape of this path real quick. There wasn't a path here before, but I really like that kind of shape. It almost looks like a claw. I think that is very cool. Anyways, next, foliage. Yes, we got it. We gotta get foliage done. Yeah, at least get a start on it today. Because if we don't, we are not gonna finish. Because we only have one. Like tomorrow is our last day. I'm pretty sure with the world. I don't know when they're gonna ask for it back. It might be till the next day. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I did get the world a little bit later than I was supposed to. Like I got it like late in the day. Like what was it? When did I get it? Okay, so I got it late in the day on the 13th. Or no, sorry, it is the 13th. I got it late on the day in the 8th. So I might have 2 more days starting tomorrow. This might be 3rd to last. This might be 2nd to last. I don't know for sure. Depends on when they ask it back. I really don't know. So we might be able to get it all done. But we'll see. All right. Let's stop blathering. Let's just get started. Birch forest it's all right. At least the trees are there. So just to be safe, we're gonna start out with this area, which has some birch trees, but those won't really fit. And a lot of this area has absolutely nothing. So I want to work on that. That is our priority first. So let's start by grabbing some oak saplings, since these trees are basically oak trees. So let's grab some of that and replace all these birch trees. This isn't a birch area. This is an oak area. So we're gonna replace those. All right, we got a few trees in, so I'm gonna quickly go over. Okay, so first of all, I do not get the extra day because of the late eating of the world. This is my last day. I have basically until I go to bed today to work on this not this mini game. I got mini games on the brain for a project. Sorry about that. But I basically have until today to finish all this up. I really like what I did here. I do like how the forest path has turned out. But I really don't think we're going to be able to do the forest. So what I was hoping to do with this forest is, you see this tree right here, that one. I was hoping to kind of sprinkle those in up here and there to kind of break up the tree line. Because like let's go up here. It's really flat. The tree line is really flat, but you see right there, it kind of sticks up a little bit higher than all the other trees. Gives a kind of different shape that can really help from like the overhead view. If someone's flying over, to make the forest look a lot more intentional, that it's actually there, and just better in general. But I don't think we're gonna have time for that, because I've already put in some of these big trees. I believe we have 8. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, we have 8 of these trees that we gotta do today. And I've never done custom tree at this scale before, so yeah, this is definitely gonna take all the day. Look, I knew this was a stretch project. I didn't know it was this much of a stretch project, maybe. But hey, we got a lot done. I am pleased with how we did it. Now, one option, we could just do that forest and then leave the trees for someone else to fill in. But I don't know about that. I think I'm gonna try to finish the trees, and hopefully someone else takes up the project of putting a few custom trees in that forest. I don't know. We'll see. So how I made sure these trees are still in style with those trees is basically just referencing. First off, it's that all of them have a base that is exclusively oak wood. There is no spruce, but up a little bit higher, it becomes about 50% stripped spruce and 50% oak. Additionally, whenever it changes that, which it will do twice, whenever it changes the main stem location, it'll do it twice, generally in a back and forth type shape like this, and there will be a spruce slab underneath it. Those are some rules that apply to all 3 of the original trees. And then down here, the maximum height for the kind of root base stump to go is 2 blocks, and then it must fit inside this 3x3 space. For the bigger one, however, for the bigger ones, like this one over here, the bits here, here, and here can go out a little bit farther. Let's actually do that here. Yeah. And it can go a maximum of 3 blocks tall instead. So basically just a little bit bigger in all the directions. So that's how I made sure that the styles of the trunks were same. I haven't actually looked at the rest of it though. Let's go ahead and start simple. Let's start with the rest of the stump. So there is cobblestone and mossy cobble sprinkled in, and every single one of them has this shape, which is interesting. I wouldn't have ever thought to use this. I don't really know what it is, but it's in every single one of them, so we kind of have to use it. And most of what we're going to be doing here is just blending it out with the spruce slabs and stuff like that, plus adding one of those in somewhere. Next up are the branches. So how I went about this one is all of them point up a little bit, and they're scattered a few blocks apart from each other fairly infrequently, and they all go about 3 blocks out, 4 blocks for some of the lower ones, but generally all 4 blocks out. And you can see here I was actually correcting it because it was not going up, most of them were actually going down. And that was kind of hard to see at first because I had to really get into the tree. But you can see here, all of them tilt down at least a little bit. Some of them do go like up and then down, creating a kind of arch, but that is the general style that these trees have. And then, yep, right there we go, right at the top, there is every single one of them had a fence post that was exactly 2 tall, and then a couple of smaller branches right up at the top. After that, I just tried to fill out the space, add a few more branches. Next, I'm going to be adding the details. So those were like the big blocks, the slabs and the stairs. This is now the smaller blocks, like the detail blocks, like the trapdoors, the fences, the fence gates, all of that stuff. And the style there is these ones, unlike the main branches, tended to go upwards, which is something you'll generally see in a lot of real trees, where the big branches are kind of heavy and go down, but then the newer, smaller ones are trying to go up towards the sunlight. So that is what is tried to go on here. And you can see a lot of them don't actually look very connected to the branches. And that doesn't, you might think that's a little bit not good, but it's really fine because then we get to the leaf part where it's pretty much all covered up and the intent and the shape of it still remains. Now, the thing I've always heard when doing leaves is that there is a lot of air in them. There's a lot of bits that are just kind of poking out, like sticking out, that are just kind of free hanging in the air, but it's generally built around the branches. It's not a clump, it's just leaves around a bit. It's almost more like a particle cloud than an actual structure. And then something that all of these trees had, the ones I was referencing, is they all kind of went up to a point, so I tried to get that. For some of them I didn't quite succeed, but I did try to get a lot of them shaped upwards in a point. And when you're at this stage, it's a lot of making something, and then checking how it looks from a distance, and then going back and reworking again, small details, trying to fit that shape correctly. At this point, every single one of them had azalea leaves as a highlight, and of course, since it's a highlight, it's going to be generally taking into account the leaves. Oh, right, this part. I'm doing voiceover. So this is a very cool trick where if you right-click and left-click at the same time, right-click a little bit before the left-click, maybe like a millisecond, and then you can instantly replace blocks, just like you saw there. And it's so useful. As long as you can insta-break the block, you can do that even if you're not actually, wouldn't be able to place a block there normally, because it thinks you're placing it on. I really don't know what happens when you do that, but it's a really neat trick that you can use, and it's so helpful in situations like this. And then lastly, we have here a bigger one, which has, again, much longer, much taller branches. But also, as you go up the larger trees, the branches also start to go up more, as opposed to down of the lower ones, which was interesting. I'm not quite sure why. But as you can see here, the rest of it's pretty much the same process, just bigger. And we've finished the last big tree. Ignore that leaf block over there. We've finished the tree. This turned out so good. This is actually probably can't tell based on how well this turned out. This is my first time really attempting an organic tree at the scale and level of detail. So this turned out amazing. Big thanks. God dang it, I already forgot their name. Whoever built the tree, I forgot your name. I was like, while I was finishing up these last few trees, I was watching through all the previous journeyers, journeymen that were in this world. And yeah, I already forgot who made the tree. But thank you for teaching me how to make a tree because it worked very well. You weren't here, but you still taught me. And if we take a look back, this has absolutely accomplished my goal. Everything feels so much more tied together. This is clearly one area. This is clearly a interconnected area. This is clearly like one forest, and that's like a connected path. Fits together well. I even though I didn't get to everything, I consider this a success. Again, I would have liked to include more of those trees throughout the forest. And this area, I was hoping to maybe get some kind of like dense jungle type thing. Maybe a bit of terraforming on that cliff that, I may be bad at the game. Some terraforming on this cliff that Thaddeus built their base into. And over here, I was never sure what I was going to do with this area, so I'm not that upset about that area. Yeah, okay, so I may have not had time to do one. It is getting late. It is getting late in the final day. I don't have time to finish it, so I'm just gonna hope someone else is able to do it. And then there was one other area, right? The swamp. The swamp. I think this area is mostly fine. It's still a little rough around the edges, especially with these. But as my last act, aside from getting my book in there, dropping all the equipment off, which I have done, I am going to move the beacon. Because this is just kind of in the middle of nowhere. And we're going to put it in just a little bit more of a central location, right in the middle of the lake. And we are done. It's not fully integrated, but again, I don't have time. It's just a little submerged, a little bit more of a central place. I think it looks a bit better. So, then the last thing right up here, we got to enter the community center again. And that's where we're going to drop off our stuff immediately after this. So, right here is a whole wall of everyone and what they kind of contributed. And I got this bed over here with the course block and birch sapling. So that is mine. And we're done. We gotta go return the stuff now. And there we go. Everything is back here for the next person. So, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Oh, and one last thing. You may have noticed I was swapping skins a lot during this video. And okay, so basically, I made my winter skin, right? And then I made my Christmas variant skin, right? You know, standard procedure. And then I just kept making more variants, and I don't really know why. I just kind of did it. So, but yeah, first person to comment how many skins I have worn in this video is gonna get pinned. Anyways, again, thank you for watching. Goodbye. Put 2 blocks of snow and a pumpkin together. I made a friend who'll be with me forever. 'Cause it's a Minecraft Christmas time. Chilling with my buddy even though I'm offline is a Whole world of joy and cheer. That's a very, very, very nice Christmas you're having this year. If you can't tell, I am not a singer.